Hello there everybody and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Minecraft 1.11. We are kicking things off in usual fashion in front of our log cabin, and in between episodes haven't really done anything at all, to be honest with you. I'm recording this only a few hours after I recorded the previous episode, episode 12. We are now on lucky number 13. And yeah, I just really wanted to get back on here. I was really excited to work on a new project that I've got in store for us today. But like I say, yeah, really not done too much, except for think a little bit about what I want to do in the next episode. And that's really why I'm back on here, because I really wanted to get in and do this with you guys. So really looking forward to this. The only other thing that's happened, in fact, between episodes is there's been a new Snapshot release. So we're now on 16W44A. That was released today. Today's the 3rd of November. And I'll stick a link in the description if you want to go and check that out. Only really contains bug fixes. And I think we are pretty much feature complete by this point for 1.11. And yeah, I guess we're all just waiting on a full release date for that now. So what we're going to do in this episode, after our enchanting session in the last one, it got me thinking. I'm down to level 28 here, and yes, I can go out into the darkness and I can go and kill a few mobs. That's all good and well, but something I've never really done in Minecraft before, at least for experience anyway, I've never really created any kind of mob grinder. So that's what we're going to do today. So should be pretty cool. I'm thinking we do it over there. We're going to do it underground because it is kind of ugly, if I'm honest. And what we're going to do is we're going to build a mob grinder that will spawn mobs at a high elevation. They will walk into some water and get pushed into the center, and then they will fall down and it will leave them on half a heart. And what we can then do is we can create a little room at the bottom, and what we will do is we'll stand at the bottom. When they fall down, we'll only have to punch them once or twice to kill them, and not only do we get their drops, we also get their experience, which is an awesome way to level up fairly quickly, and I think it's going to be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it. I did also think, yeah, I mean, instead of building one right from scratch, we could adapt. You may remember just over in the forest over yonder, we did find a zombie spawner. So, you know, initially I did think we could adapt on that. That is actually what I've done previously. I've just built these things around existing spawners. But, you know, I think I mentioned as well, you know, who would really want... Oh, God. That guy actually made me jump. I'm going to test out a new sword on him. Here we go. 1 and 2. 2 hits. There we go. Boom. Love it. And did we get any extra bits from him? No, we already had a few arrows, so didn't get too much more with the looting, but never mind. So yeah, like I was saying, I've previously worked on, you know, around existing spawners to make the grinders I've worked on in the past. And yeah, I mean, that's all good and well, but we've only got a zombie spawner, so we're just going to end up with an absolute ton of rotten flesh, and all we'd be really doing it for is experience. Whereas if we do it in this fashion, you know, the way we're going to do it in this episode is we will not only get experience, we will get other mobs spawning there as well, not just zombies. So we'll have creepers, skeletons, and that will yield for us as well a bunch more drops. For example, these guys, because we're in a snowy biome, these guys are going to spawn more frequently than skeletons, and you know, they'll drop us arrows, they'll drop us even these slowness arrows, which is kind of cool, and they'll drop us bones. So, you know, that's a pretty cool thing to get. So let's get right into this. Like I say, we are... Hey up, we've got a skeleton down here, and you're gone. See you later. Oh, I love this new sword. This new sword's awesome. Okay, So we're going to head down here. I already scoped out a spot for this earlier. I think we're going to build it underground in this kind of area. So, yeah, I envisage it kind of going a little bit further down, so we're not going to risk poking out the side here. And, yeah, it's going to be nice and concealed, and it's going to look cool. So I figured the entrance can go inside one of these ice spikes. I figured that would be kind of cool. And what I think would be best to start with is, I did think first of all we should go down in a stair. That's why I've kind of dug down like that. But I immediately regretted that because I thought, let's just do a ladder going down instead. And I've now destroyed this ice spike and we can't get the blocks back until we get Silk Touch anyway. So yeah, we're just going to kind of go down like this. We're going to go straight down and get down to the level which is going to be right at the bottom of the spawner, and that's going to be our little room in which we can sort of punch the mobs. So we're going to go down there first, and then we'll work our way back up to build the thing. So I'm just going to make note of my Y level. First of all, we are at Y76 at the moment. This thing is going to be it's going to be 26 blocks tall, if my calculations are correct. And in fact, it's going to be 25 blocks tall. Okay, cool. So we need to be basically at Y level 50, so that we're deep enough to get the full thing in. But I do think we want to go a little bit deeper than that, just so we don't risk poking out the sides of the hill. So I think we'll go down to about Y level 30. Not Y level... Yeah, Y level 30, or somewhere in between 30 and 40 anyway. But I'm going to dig down here now. I'm just going to speed this up for you guys. So I will see you at the bottom. Okay, and we are now down to Y level 34. I decided to leave it at, and I realized that, oh, actually I do have some torches. I thought I had only 5 torches left, and we were gonna have to go all the way back up. I was either hoping that we would run into some coal, to be fair, but we haven't, and we've got more torches anyway. So anyway, let's get on with this thing. So this is going to be our entrance, and I think the ladder's actually going to go on this side here. So they're going to go up like this, and what we want to do is we would like to, I think, dig in this way. So we're going to dig in like so. And we're going to have this double wide. Yeah, we're going to have this 2 wide at the bottom. There we go. Like so. And this tunnel needs to be at least 5 long. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to have a couple of blocks for the center. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, cool. That's going to do it. And then basically our mobs are going to fall down directly above us here. So you can see kind of there's going to be a four block sort of hole above me, if that makes sense. So, cool stuff. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to start making my way back up, and this needs to be 22 blocks deep. So we're going to make our way back up there, and I'll rejoin with you when we get to the next part of the build. Okay, so we've made our way up the hole here. We've got this 22 block high pillar that was stood on here. The hole is a little bit bigger because we do need to do a few little bits at the top, and that's what we're going to do now. So you may be wondering, why does this pillar have to be 22 blocks exactly high? And that's because if the mobs fall any further than that, they will actually die. So we want to leave them with a little bit of health so that we can actually punch them when they get to the bottom. That allows us then to get the experience. They won't drop the experience, obviously, if we don't hit them ourselves. So that's the reason why we're doing it this way. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to dig in here like so. And we're going to make some channels, and this is where the water is actually going to run down and wash our mobs into this pit. So we're going to do these 5 blocks deep on either side, and we're going to make use of our brand new pickaxe here. I don't think you guys have seen this in action yet, but it is very much nice and fast versus the iron pickaxe that we had previously. So we're going to go 5 blocks in here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So this is going to be one channel. There we go. We'll just plug that up. And then we're going to do the same on all sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this pickaxe is lovely. It's so much quicker. So much quicker. Yeah, definitely enjoying it. And we are going to parkour ourselves over here. Okay then, and we've now moved the tunnel over by 1 block, and we're just filling these bits in just here, and there we go. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we need to go back 1 more here. There we go. Doesn't really matter too much what this looks like on the inside. We're never going to see in here, to be honest, so it's not an issue. And when this thing is actually active, I don't think we'd really want to be in here. It'd just be a death trap, so that's not an issue. So that's all good to go then. And what we need to do now is we are going to build basically some platforms in which the mobs can spawn on. And this will basically allow mobs to spawn, and they will actually walk around on there and eventually fall into the water, which is going to be in these channels where we're stood currently. So we're going to go 1, 2, and then, yeah, we only need to go 2 high. So that's what we're going to do. And we're just going to make this above the channels here. Just like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to actually go up here and create a sort of platform in which they can spawn on. So let's see here. So that's 1, 2. There we go. And then we're going to mine this out so it's a 5x5 platform on either side. So we'll have 5x5 platform here, 1 over there, 1 over on that corner, and then 1 over there as well. So I'm going to mine this all out, and I'll be back with you in a sec. Okay then, and we are all done. So we've got the 4 platforms here where the mobs are going to spawn. They're going to fall down here, and there's going to be water here. This will wash them down into the middle, and they'll fall and drop down to 1 heart when they hit the bottom. But you may be thinking, if we've got water down here, then surely that is going to create a waterfall, and it's going to actually it's going to protect them from taking fall damage. Now, there's 2 ways that we can deal with this, and I think what I'm going to do, in fact, is I might actually make this thing a little bit bigger. One of the ways we can do this is we can actually put signs around the middle here, and that's actually going to stop them from... That's actually going to stop the water, rather, from creating a waterfall and stopping them from kind of, riding down the waterfall instead of falling to their death. So, yeah, I think we're going to actually make this thing a little bit bigger because we do have room here. We're pretty deep underground here. At the moment, we are at Y58. So, yeah, that's great. We can actually make this thing a little bit bigger, and basically the water will only flow out up to a certain point. So I'm just going to test this actually because I don't actually know how far it is that water flows. I think it's 7 blocks if I'm correct. Let's just try this. So if we mine 1 and 2, that's another 2 blocks. That makes 7. So if my calculations are correct, no, that's incorrect. So let's see here. And I chose the wrong spot to do this with all the gravel here, but let's try this again. So that's 8 blocks. And yeah, there we go. So you can see the water's not flowing over the edge, and that's perfect. So it will just, you know, push the mobs down here into the pit. So we'll take this water back because I'm actually going to make an infinite water source here by doing this 4x4 pattern I'm sure you've all seen before. And as you can see, we've got an absolute ton of cobblestone from this, which is, you know, it's not necessarily a bad thing. We can always use it for our builds in the future. And the path up the side of the mountain as well, that's definitely going to be cobblestone. So I'm sure that will come to some sort of use. So I'm going to put all the water in here. And again, I'm going to cut, and I'll see you guys in a second. Okay then guys, and the water is now in. As you can see, it's all flowing into the center here. We are pretty much done here, in fact, actually. I realized once I had made my last minute decision to actually put the water flowing out like this rather than using signs. That was a last minute decision I made just then in that last clip. The original idea was to use signs, but what I didn't think of was the fact that if I was going to make the water channels 8 blocks long, so that the water, you know, so that we wouldn't have to use signs, it meant that I had to clear out a whole bunch more blocks. So as you can see, this place is considerably bigger now than what it was previously. But we haven't kind of broken out into the side of the mountain or anything like that. So it's all gravy, and we're pretty much there. So I'm just going to put the finishing touches to it here, live on camera. So we'll just fill in these blocks here, and basically all we need to do is get rid of all these torches. So we'll get rid of these guys, and it's about to get pretty dark down here, but it's all for profit. It's all for profit, and that's another thing that's cool about the fact that we made this a bit bigger, is the fact that it's gonna have a whole bunch more mob spawn up here. So we should, in result, you know, or in the end rather, we should get a whole load more items. So that's pretty cool. And there we go, that's the last torch, and there's just a few little blocks I need to fill in as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just a bit wary. I don't want any mobs to actually spawn in here while I'm here. And I think what we can do then is we can break through this block. No, it's the one on the other side, and we can kind of go down on our pillar we made earlier on. So we'll go down like so, and we'll turn around and plug that up so that the water's not flowing through here. And then simply all we need to do, this is the old tunnel that we made, by the way. This is the one where we made with the original plans with the signs. But like I say, I've had to move the whole thing across again by another 3 blocks to make way for the 8 long channels. So that's it. So all we need to do is we're going to stick a torch in here, because we're going to put some blocks right here so that that channel is filled in. And what we should find is, in a few moments, we should actually find there should be some mobs spawning, and they should eventually fall down into here. So what we're going to do while we wait for that to happen is we're going to finish off the ladder here, and we're going to work our way up with this like so, all the way up to the top. And I think I'm going to actually have to make a few more ladders. Yes, I am indeed. So we'll make our way back down. We'll stylishly make a crafting table on the way down and drop it, because we're so good at this. And we're going to do that, and we've got a whole bunch of sticks from the ladders I made earlier. And there seems to be something strange going on when you're crafting things. It doesn't seem to be wanting to go back into your inventory on your first click, which is weird. But yeah, we're going to make our way back up here now, and we're going to put in the rest of the ladders. We're going to fill in this side of the path down, and hopefully once we've done all that, we should have some mob spawning. So let's just let's get on with this here, and right the way up to the top, and that's pretty much it. There's the last one, and we're gonna need one more. Yeah, okay, Brilliant. Okay then, that's lovely stuff. So we've made it all the way back to the top, and what I'm going to do is, as you can see, we've got absolutely tons and tons and tons of cobblestone from that. So I'm going to actually just fill in this side with the cobblestone there, and eventually we'll get a silk touch pickaxe, and we can use the compressed ice. But for now, we're going to use cobble, and we're just going to fill it in like so. Nice and easy, just flying straight down, and we'll leave the torches there just so the tunnel's a bit, or the ladder down is nice and light. And there we go. Awesome stuff. Fantastic. So we haven't had any mobs drop down here yet. I would have thought there'd be at least one by now. Okay. Let's have a peek through. Nope, you can't really see anything at all. Yeah, you can't see anything through there. So, I think what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to make my way back to the log cabin and clear out my inventory. And then we'll come back here and see if any mobs have spawned. Maybe I've got a... I mean, if you're too close to... Or, in fact... Sorry, I'm getting my words mixed up here. Not having a very good episode for doing that, by the way, so I do apologise. This is a very spur-of-the-moment episode, I guess. But, like I say, the player has a radius around them, and mobs will not spawn within that radius. So, perhaps I am a little bit too close at the moment for mobs to actually spawn there. So let's make our way over to the log cabin, and I'll clear out my inventory, and I will meet you back down at the mob grinder. I'll see you in a minute. Hello guys. We're back, and we've got a villager that's fallen down into the pit. Awesome. So now we should just be able to punch this guy, and he should die straight away. And he didn't. And I can't even reach him when he's at the back there. Damn it! This is not cool. Come closer. I don't want to use my sword because that kind of defeats the point of why we're doing this. Come on, guy. I'm just going to dig in one here. And there we go. So it took 2 punches. And that creeper just died straight away. That's bizarre. So one guy took 2 punches and then a creeper died instantly. That's a bit strange, but at least mobs are actually falling down into it now, which is fine. And that zombie just died straight away as well. Maybe this tunnel is slightly too long. So let's just do that, and then we'll put ourselves just this here, just so we can test this. Okay, that guy didn't die that time, so let's see if we can punch this guy. And he didn't die either. I don't get this. Why are zombies surviving and creepers aren't? That is strange. I don't understand that. See, he's dying quite quickly, but I don't understand why the other mobs weren't surviving. Let's just wait a minute or two and see what happens here. Okay guys, so I was stood down there for a couple of minutes and not much was happening, so I kind of made my way up here and I've poked a hole through the wall here, and as you can see there's not really a great deal of mobs spawning in here. There was a skeleton just here a minute ago. As you can see, there's a bunch of arrows here, but apart from that, not really that much is happening. So yeah, I don't think it's working I don't think it's working particularly well because, like I say, it's underground, and like I say, there's probably a bunch of caves nearby that I can't see that are stopping the spawn rates from being higher, which is unfortunate. But you know, we've not really spent a great deal on this build. Granted, it used up a bunch of durability on our pickaxe, but yeah, it's not too bad really. I got a couple of levels out of it, and that's going to help us go forward for the next bit of the episode anyway. So, not an issue, and I'm going to look into things a little bit further and just see if there's any way that we can make this a little bit more efficient and make it work a bit better. But, you know, if we don't find anything for that, you know, we've always got we've got 2 spawners in really close vicinity of our log cabin here, so we can make use of those as well. I do know a fairly decent mob grinder design for those, so we'll try that out if that fails. But what we're going to do now to finish off the episode is we are finally going to make ourselves an anvil. This has been a little bit of a long time coming. I've forgotten to make it in a few episodes now, but yeah, we're going to make ourselves an anvil. So, see if I can remember the recipe off the top of my head here without looking it up. I believe it's 3 blocks of iron, potentially. And, oh, can you guys see what's going on there? That must be a bug with the new snapshot. And it's just not going down. Let's see if I can place it down normally. There we go. That was a bit weird. And like that. No? Okay, maybe it's the other way around. And you can see this. The block's kind of sticking. And it's not going down when I click the first time. And there we go. There's an anvil. Awesome stuff. So we're going to stick our anvil down just there. We'll get ourselves a name tag. Stick that on there. And Tucker. There we go. We'll name our dog finally. And I think what I'm going to do as well is I had something on here that I wanted to see if I could combine. There was the efficiency and wow. Things just don't seem to be working that well when I'm clicking through my inventories here. So what else did we have? We have 2 powers and 5 protection. Okay. No, I think that was it for now. So let's see if we can combine this and this. No, it doesn't do anything. It stays on efficiency 3, which is a shame. What else was it now? There was another enchantment that popped up here for me. Yeah, it was efficiency 4, wasn't it? So let's get another book and see if we can still get that enchantment real quick. Okay, and that on there, and efficiency 4, but oh, 3 lapis. My bad. Okay, so 2 more lapis there, and there we go. There we go, and there we go. Fantastic. So that's efficiency 4 now that we've got there. And what we should be able to do is efficiency 4 there, and that there, and that's going to take that up to efficiency 4, which isn't too bad. Enchantment will cost 4. Might as well do that one. Awesome stuff. So we are going to finish off the episode. We'll name our pooch finally. And do you want to come over here, mate? And I did not mean to do that, but let's see if we can bring him over here a little bit. And come on. Come on, boy. Come on. There we go. Cool. Awesome. So, boom. There we go. Tucker. Awesome stuff. Fantastic. So, like I say, I'm going to wind down the episode there. So thank you very much for watching. I do apologise. It's been a bit stop-starty and we've been kind of troubleshooting in this episode. But I think we've made good progress here. We've made a pretty large mob spawner actually. Although it's not fully working, it is still producing mobs and still getting us a little bit of experience. I'm going to look into that in between episodes, and I might have a bit of a scout around to see if I can find any of the cave systems to light up, which should help as well. And I'll do that in between episodes. But like I say, thanks again very much for watching. please do leave a like on the video if you liked it to let me know. That'd be really awesome. And if you really liked it, then don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye.